Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host, Owen, the channel that brings you your team every single day, brings you updates, brings you the latest stories, brings you all the latest rumours, speculation, and obviously facts, statements, news, reports, podcasts, which is one tonight, guys. Check it out, 7 p.m. here on the channel, and obviously live streams during the season of games as well. Well, look, we all know that Tony Goals has left the club now and has departed for pastures new. That deal is obviously just awaiting the rubber stamp for him to join Parma for 2.5 million, which, if you read in some papers, represents a profit, as Rangers apparently only paid 1.8 million for him. However, in others, it says the Rangers paid 2.5 million for him, so it would be a break-even deal. Either way, at least we're getting our money back. And in some cases, perhaps if you believe the other way, making a little bit of a profit. I certainly wish Tony all the best. Now, with obviously Tony gone, now the attention turns to this man here. It turns to Danilo. Now, Rangers have been after this man for what seems like quite a while now. And it is said that Michael Beale really rates Danilo Pereira, to give him his full name, the 24-year-old striker who is currently with Feyenoord. He's done very well for Feyenoord in the pre-season as well, scored in both their opening games, and rather worryingly is actually starting again today for Feyenoord as they play a pre-season friendly against USG, otherwise obviously known as Union Saint-Gilloise, a team that Rangers actually faced in the Champions League qualifiers last season. As you can see, Danilo is there in that squad. There's not many names I actually recognise from that Feyenoord 11 to play USG. So, there is a bit of a, I don't know, are they trying to keep him in the shop window, or are they trying to just obviously get him fit so that he has a saleable asset, or are they not wanting to sell him, that they want him to continue that pre-season form because they want to play him in the Eredivisie and in the Champions League? And is it a risk playing him because if he gets injured, therefore he has no market value? It's very much a weird one, isn't it? What you think about that, whether it's it's okay him playing or whether you think it's a risk him playing. That's up in the air, certainly with Danilo. However, it has been strongly rumoured this morning and has been reported in a number of publications, not just papers, but also online as well, about Rangers really wanting Danilo. Now, according to the Brazilian frontman, Danilo, on his social media, if you go and look at his social media, you look into his Instagram, his Twitter, etc., it does seem like he wants a move, and he does seem like he wants to come to Rangers, or perhaps we're reading too much into it, putting two and two together and getting five. I don't know, who knows? Who knows? But that does seem to be the case, or that's what the media seem to say anyway. And we've obviously got to take whatever the media say with a pinch of salt. Look, I'm just a fanalist. That's a word I like to use. I'm a fan who's an analyst as well, a fanalist, like it. My good mate Mark Davison of Steeler Nation in Australia came up with that word. So it's up in the air, isn't it? Like I said, you do have to take with a pinch of salt everything the media say. And it could all be rubbish. It could be true. There could be some truth in it. And it's kind of like, I don't know, until Fabrizio Romano kind of tweets it out, you don't believe it, do you? Mr. Fabrizio Romano, the man who seems to have every contact in the book. Now, Rangers initially, as we know, put that £3.5 million bid in for him, which is obviously rejected by Feyenoord. They have a much higher value on their frontman than 5.5 million. However, now with the departure of Antonio Cholak, it's thought that Rangers want to finish off their summer revamp, finish their reconstruction of that forward line. They want to get that final piece reversed and put into place, ready for the start of the season. And that final piece seems to be Danilo. Now, Josh Madger's still out there. Mattia Freegan is still out there. Both players I would love to see play for Rangers, particularly Josh Madger. And I'm still one who, thinks Lauren Shanklin could possibly do a job for us as well. I think he would definitely score 30 goals in the SPFL for Rangers. He may struggle in Europe, but in the league, I think he would definitely do a job for us. Now, according to a Dutch news agency this morning, 1908.nl, Rangers are keen to retest Feyenoord's resolve to keep hold of Danilo. Now, it's thought that Feyenoord, they say, value Danilo at 5.5 million. This goes against what has been previously said of 7 million. It's thought to be 5.5 million pounds. That's the thing, the difference between 5.5 million pounds. That is the reported Feyenoord valuation on Danilo. So, if Rangers are going to go for him, they need to obviously put in a bid that is in that is in the region of £5.5 million. That's got to be what they're looking at. £5.5 million is around €6.5 million. So that's perhaps why that misunderstanding came over the valuations of the players. So they've got to go in for that bid. Now, have Rangers got 5.5 million? Have they got that money there? Well, obviously 2.5 million from Cholak, then another 3 perhaps from the transfer budget, which I still think there is money in that transfer budget from this summer. If you look at what we spent so far, I think there is at least another 7 to 8 million in that budget. So there is definitely room for another 3 million to come out of it for Danilo. Danilo was an automatic starter last season. This has got to be something that's playing at the back of his mind, yet he still managed to score 14 goals in all competitions for the Dutch Giants. And, I've seen a few Feyenoord games this year. I do have a bit of a soft spot for them. He did very, very well indeed. And, he looks a cracking player. I'll be absolutely honest with you. He does look a cracking player. He can go either way. He can cut in. He can play out wide. He can play off the striker. He can play as the main striker. And another thing that he does that is, would be revolutionary for Rangers is he takes a pot shot from anywhere. He will shoot from outside the box, inside the box, from the edge, from the corner of the box, from the other corner of the box. He has a go. He's got confidence in his own abilities, confidence in his talents. And what is also encouraging is he's very much a both-footed player. He can use his left and his right. Unlike a lot of players who just use their left foot or their right foot for standing on, he uses both feet when playing football. He is a very talented player, very much in a kind of Brazilian mold. I know not all Brazilians are amazing. We are reminded of that other Brazilian centre-half that played for Rangers who was pretty poor. But, certainly if Danilo is the man and he does come in, he should have Rangers fans absolutely, he certainly has me excited for the future. If you were adding in Danilo to that forward line that already contains Searle, Sam Lammers, Abdallah Sima, Kemar Roof, you've got 5 pretty good quality strikers there. 5 strikers that I think can do some serious damage in the league this season. And certainly I think do some serious damage to Celtic as well and their aspirations to win another title. He has started this season as well in a phenomenal way. He does seem to be on fire and bang in form. So, like I said, that second bid, according to a number of publications, has gone in now. And we are waiting to obviously hear the outcome of that second bid for the Feyenoord frontman. He does, for me, seem to be a player who will make a major difference for the club if he comes in. Their interest is concrete. The second bid is concrete. It's just now a case of getting it across the line. And hopefully Feyenoord are willing to part with Danilo. Hopefully it is Rangers they will sell to. And I do think that if we get Danilo, this will be a real marquee signing, a real stand up and take notice kind of signing. And it's definitely going to make that lot from across the city go, oh God. Put him up front with Dessers, put him up front with Kemar Roof, put him up front with Lammers, put him up front with Sima. I think he's going to do some serious damage that's what I've got to say, if he arrives very soon. And I think Rangers want to get this deal done sooner rather than later so they can get him involved in the pre-season programme, which obviously starts Tuesday against Newcastle before the Saturday game against Hamburg. Then I think it's Wednesday against Olympiacos before a trip to Hoffenheim. So 4 top quality opponents coming up for Rangers over the next few weeks. Well, guys, let me know what you think of this latest news on Danilo and whether you think it is a deal we can get done, a deal that will get done. I certainly hope it is. I certainly hope Michael Beale, James Bisgrove can push this deal through. Obviously we've got to trust in Michael Beale, trust in James Bisgrove. Certainly all they've done so far this summer has obviously shown that they know what they're doing when it comes to acquiring playing talent. Well, can't wait. Absolutely cannot wait if he does sign. It will be an exciting day when he finally is stood with that shirt on and with the scarf over his head. Remember, it's not official until the shirt and the scarf picture. Let's hope one day soon it is going to be official. So, as always, I need you to do 2 things for me, please. Number 1, smash that like. The like of the video does help with this very complicated YouTube algorithm. And always remember for me, we are the people.